Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Excuse me. I clearly was outside or doing something crazy today between cows and gardening. There we go. Anyways, how are you guys? It is cocktail hour and I am not doing cocktail again. It's a tea day for me. We just finished delicious. So to give a little caveat back, my name's Lori LaRose, and I am I live in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada, and we have a bison farm. And so we just had bison burgers on the Barbie, and it was delicious. My daughters gave me a air fryer, so we had French fries and burgers, Caesar salad. It was delicious. So had company, so that was fun. And now here I am. Hi Sharon, how you doing? So I am going to stamp. It's Father's Day weekend, sneaking up on me. I don't know how I don't know what I'm trying to say, but June is disappearing. Can you believe it? It's like what, June 14th? It's Friday the 14th today. That's good to hear. I saw Sharon. It's so fun living in a small town. You see people out on the street having coffee and stuff. Anyways, I am going to work with trusty tools because it's a super duper, sorry, I just have a runny nose. Allergies like crazy. So I came home today and it had rained a little smidgen for a second. Here's the weather report. It had rained a little tiny bit. Excuse me. And I was like, oh, so I live amongst the pine trees, and the pine pollen is all that yellow dust that you always see. And for the last few days, it has been just thick. I tried to video it to show like it's like, and it hurts your eyes and everything. Anyways, I honestly was like, oh, maybe it's all done because it's been crazy. It's good. It's been a few days and la la la, and it's been windy and so basically like this, I'm like doing something at my desk and I look out and I can't even see my corrals out there because there's just like, it's all blowing, and I'm like, oh dang. So I actually stayed inside and did a few things. Didn't clean my desk though, but I did do a few things instead of going out to weed a lot because, and then I went to visit my mom, and so there it is. Hi Teresa. All right. I'll start because I'm not sure how long. I don't even know what I'm doing, so I don't know how long this is going to take. Let's get going. Dun, dun, dun. So it's Cocktail Friday, cocktails and cards. And if you want to play along, the girls made up a game that each time I lose something, although it seems like Fridays I'm always really organized, but each time I lose something, you can. So I just, a couple of times I haven't been on the screen, and it's kind of sad in my mind when I watch afterwards. I'm like, dang, that was the best card and I couldn't see it. Anyways, you can have a little cocktail. You can have a sip. Don't chug a lug. Don't get crazy. My one girlfriend was like, I said, so it's kind of disappointing because I boast about this like drinking game and then I never lose anything. And she's like, oh, trust me, you lose plenty still when you didn't, even when you don't think you did. And she said, I think I drank the whole bottle. But no, I think she also said, I may have taken a few caveats. Anyways, all right. So this is a crazy set. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? It's got all sorts of fun stuff. The stamp set is here with 1,000 other things on it. Hang on. I have a lantern on here. This is the Trusty Tools. And it is a photopolymer. And clearly I was doing something there, so I should deal with that. It's a little bit of a two-step. You still need to have your, if you were buying this bundle, you would need to maybe pick up some, I think this is black, so I don't want the black per se. Did I just lose my, I think I put them in here. Hang on. Oh, see? Lose. Did you hear that? So that's when you can have a little sip. I'm looking for my baby. Looking for my... I'm looking for this guy right here. Smoky Slate. Dark and light. Dark Smoky Slate. Yay! And black is awfully similar. These guys all have similar colors. What's this one? I'm going to pull this one up. I'm sure this is an old one. I'll put that one over here just in case that's the one I need. Because to the best of my knowledge in these stamps, where'd the stamps go? These guys fill in, but I'm pretty sure there's no gray part. There's even a pencil part. Like, that's kind of crazy. And then this, and there's even a brush, the tips, so you can add some color to the tips. So you do have to kind of color your brush but then you add the tips onto it, I guess. Anyways. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. This is all one color. And then, yeah. Anyways, I'll show you. Why not? And this is the paintbrush here too. I didn't do that one. Interesting. Okay. We got a little bit of exploring to do if you've not seen a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes there's all finished cards and you're like, oh, that's so pretty. And then don't really, if you're like me, you're not really up on how everything is. What I did notice is that, so I don't know, do you stamp on the hammer? So the way this is, you couldn't stamp beforehand because you wouldn't be able to know where you were supposed to do it. But, where's my stamp? Oh, you know what? I took this. So the other day I was making cards with the kids. And hi, Keisha. And we made this little guy. We colored it in this case just because I wanted them to use their stuff. I'm not positive if this little guy is current or not. If it is, it's great. It suits this one very well. But yeah, I'm wondering if that stamp. So anyways, why I say that a little bit is because my stamps are over here. Let's just see. I'm sure this must line up. And I think it's nicer if you can stamp it. So I'm going to have to move some of my. So from 100 years ago, I stamp lots of my cards to family with the family. Years ago, there was a pencil line drawing, and I honestly was like, I don't need that. I can draw stick people, for goodness sakes. No, I realized a couple times, not very long into my life, that I could do it. There was also a neat fundraiser, and actually 100% of the proceeds went to a family. So it was a shoe-in to buy it. Let's go with that. All right, here is a scrap piece of paper that I'm going to need. Okay, and so I'm just going to pop that on like that. And I'm going to see what it's like to stamp this guy on top. Oh, I'm going to have to get my eyeballs in here. I think that's pretty good. Oh, no, it's not. Boo. That's sad. I should have practiced. I had this one. Okay, I'll practice on this one now. I'll do it on this one. Maybe this one will be gray granite instead. I did think gray granite would be fine. And then, oh, now I went the other way. An overcorrection. But it worked better. That actually looks good. All right, so we'll use that one this time. Okay, and then there's this little guy, which is kind of fun. There's a wrench. And is there a wrench? Yes, there is. So the wrench, you could definitely stamp. Oh, no, there's not. Yes, there is. No, there's not. I'll have a fight with myself. Yes, there is. No, there's not. Yes. No. Yes. No. Let's see. There is not a wrench. So there's not going to be any lines on this one anyways. And I'm kind of surprised there's no texture on this, actually. To be real honest, that's unusual for Stampin' Up. Especially when you can see, like they coulda. Interesting. Okay. So I was looking at cards, and there's a couple cards where clearly all they did was use the pieces. And I feel like that might be a fair option. Maybe you don't combine stamps and. This piece here is kind of cool. I assumed we had a dots and spots or something like that, I think it was called, but basically it was the same. It was bigger dots though, bigger holes. But this does come here. It doesn't cut a thing, a shape. So if you wanted to have a whole card or whatever, you could run this through like 3 times kind of. But I'm just going to have, and I think most people just grab a little one piece of it. And I had these. Oh, here they are. Oh, and my paintbrush fell out. So there's all sorts of dies and extra dies on this set is what I'm trying to get at. Quite honestly, it's a little bit overwhelming. This is part of the drill. I'm seeing now, looking at a piece of life here. Boo. And I do want that. All right. Good thing I have my baby here. All right, so the baby boss machine and the cut and emboss machine are both on special right now for this month. If you are wanting to purchase it, I actually have a special little deal. I don't advertise it per se. Touch base with me if you're looking, if you were thinking you were going to, I'll say upgrade, but have a backup or have a changeover from any of the other cutting machines or brand new, and you're like, I need a cut and emboss machine now. I'm ready to graduate to an avid stamper. I do have a really lovely deal. It gets you set up nicely with your first set of dies and stuff like that. Okay, so touch base with me if you're looking. But Stampin' Up all by themselves is doing a 10% discount, so that's sweetening the pot straight off the get-go. There is a tape measure, and then look at this cute little tape measure. How cool is that, hey? And I have to say, I am totally going to right off the go here. What is on the bottom of this? Oh, when I was picking it off the, what do you call it? I must have done that. Oops, flipped over. That's not very attractive. I'm going to, you know how always that little end is different than the rest? So I just did that, even if I don't come back to it. This is the little wrench part. So you would cut out the whole wrench in a color if you wanted to, and then put this guy on that one half of it. I was thinking I would be stamping everything. So let's give a go with some stamping and see how that works too. And I think I might prefer coloring things gray as opposed to doing it this way. I think sometimes when you are stamping, it's better to, I don't know how to say it, but our stamping and punch art are two different forms of art in my mind. So sometimes I don't think they go together. I don't know that they blend really perfectly. I'm having trouble. What am I stamping again? Oh, the wrench. See, things like that. If you wanted to have a little cocktail while I'm trying to figure out what I'm even doing, that's fair too. All right, so we're going to stamp this guy. Nice. Oh, not so nice, but that's okay. And then this has an extra spot. Oh, you guys really better get some cocktails going because I can't keep my poop in a group here. Hang on, here it is though. Let's see if I can put that over a little bit. So see this? There's these pieces. I think this is this, and this is the hammer probably. So there's two solid pieces for two-step stamping. So I'm going to lay this down, bring this in here. Pardon me. And I'm going to bring in I think I'm going to go get my real red over here. Hang on one second. I know it's beautiful again. So yeah, we could say that the start of Lori's Live at 8 is the daily weather report, not the weather forecast, but the weather report. All right, so stamping that up, and I just saw. Oh, my phone's over there. Dang, I was just gonna say, because this is photopolymer, it's always kind of nice to stamp on a piece of foam, especially when you have a solid. It's not quite as crazy for an outline, but it's really nice to have it on a solid. Whoa, that's so dark. Now I know it'll dry a little bit, but wow. All right, this is where I don't think this works, right? So this is supposed to go on here, and what's it butting up to? So it's just big and clunky. So I think the ideal thing of this would be, and I'm just going to go to this. Oh, no, I don't even have to go. See? Okay, full disclosure. You don't get to drink because this is not current. It's old. But I had misplaced my number 2 plate for my mini for a long time. So I was really used to no matter what size. So the mini is super cool for lots of your crafting needs. But it is only, I think it's 3 inches wide. So it can absolutely do these tools. And it can even do that little tiny backgroundy guy. It can't do embossing folders anymore. I don't think we have any mini embossing folders. Maybe one, I don't know. We've had a few. You could find some from other demonstrators that might be selling their old ones or whatever. But what am I trying to say? But it won't emboss. So if embossing is your main thing, I'm not sure that it can be called a cut and emboss anymore. Anyways, but the mini is great if you are a mama and you are crafting on the go while your kids are taking dance lessons or playing soccer or something like that. Oh, rats. I was trying to be so cool and use that piece, but so I do like it for lots of different things. I have a couple girlfriends that totally love having one of these. And if you're a big scrap cropper like, you can take it along with you to a crop nicely. And in a pinch, you might need to cut something when you got home because it would need to be the big version you decide. But for lots of your little stuff, and it's super cool. If you are a demo, it's really, really fun to have it just on your desk if you are like me. It is nice to have a bit of a backup in case you are losing stuff. Okay, so in this case, this guy and the piece that was this, the piece formerly known as this, here it is. So you would glue this on here. Now what I would definitely do on this is have a little sponge dauber. And one moment, please, I'll be right back. Am I going to make a card today? Well, that's sometimes debatable, isn't it, ladies? I like to pretend I always am going to do a card. I don't always get to the card part, do I? And that comes, oh, I must have been using this with the kids. That comes from 21, nearly 22 years of stamping. I have to tell you that I used to always teach the backgrounds. And then I didn't really like covering up the background. So then I'd be like, all right, so now gals, go ahead, give it a try. What are you going to do? Kind of thing. The girls used to do great things. Creativity was crazy wild around me because they had no choice. I would teach them a technique and then they had to fill in the blanks. So I'm showing you how cool this set is and you get to finesse it. Thankfully it's tools, so although I'm beating this the heck up, I think it's going to look good because of the beat up. And I do think it needs a little tiny bit of the red as well. I guess I'll keep that clean and go grab another red. Hang on. So do we still have daubers? I'm sure we do. I do love, love, love our blending brushes now. Like 1000% love them. But on some of this stuff, sometimes it's harder to use the blending brush on some of this work. To do edging, it's quicker, easier, and sort of evener. I like adding a little tiny bit of texture. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to do this one too. So it's all kind of good. Hi, Vicky. How you doing, hun? So what is everybody up for the weekend? And can you believe I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for like nearly 22 years? That's crazy to me. Always shocks me. Always shocks me when I say that date amount. Somebody just recently told me that they had been working at a place for 19 years. I was like, oh my gosh. And they were like, whoa, hey. And I was like, actually, I've been stamping for 22 years just about. That can't be. Oh yeah, I started a few months before my baby was born. So one of my babies is actually totally a Stampin' Up! Baby. Like she knows nothing but her mom as a Stampin' Up! Lady, hey? The other one's not very far off of that, but little tiny bit. All right, this guy goes in here. So that glues on quite nicely, right like that. But you know what I mean? They're kind of just clunky. They don't have details, whereas this is all detail. So which do you prefer? This one's so dark right now. I don't know why it's so dark. I'm not thrilled with that. The real red is like crazy. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of metal here. sorry. One hint, because I was cutting this out thinking I was kind of not going to, I was going to use the gray piece of paper. It's way easier to color first and then cut it out once you have it, as it would make sense. So you have someplace nice to hold on to, right? Oopsie. So there is an area here that you could kind of leave white. I think if you miss it, it's okay too, but it is the screwy area. Screwy. On a tool thing. Kind of funny the way you use terms sometimes. Okay. And this will continue to dry. You watch. All right, so that's that and that. And then this little guy's fun. He's got this bit. And again, I could... This is going to be busy. What time is it? I was like, this is going to be speedy. But to do all of this is not so speedy. 8:27. Okay, we're doing okay. Okay, so this is going to go in here. I'm guessing just a little tiny bit. Nice. This guy I just did. So did I ask what you guys were doing for the weekend? Hi, Connie. You staying up late drinking with us tonight? There's this little tiny piece. It's almost, oh, you know what? This is part of the, it is. This is that neat part that's that part that you put over top of it. This could be a totally different color, like black or something. So again, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Not after it glues on. Maybe I don't even need to. This is part of the tape measure. Where's my, right? That's the circle. But, oh, and this is this piece maybe. Yeah. So if you were using this whole clunky, as I call it, you would be able to put the circle on here. And you have this part, right? And this little piece, you could either accent there, or I think it's supposed to be this piece here. Okay. I think somebody put it, see how there's that there? Do you see that little thing? I saw somebody put it there. And there's no other piece like that. So I actually am going to put it there. I kind of like it. I don't know really what it's supposed to mean, but it's, and maybe it is supposed to be in both spots, but I saw somebody do it. And so I like it. So I'm going to do it too. So my husband is a Makita dude. So I do not think that needs to be there, but it can be. Ha. Ha to you. I'll glue this. Oh. So I'm going to glue it under. I feel like somebody did this the other way, but oh, interesting. These pieces come out? No, they're attached. So somebody, it looks kind of good. I think somebody cut these guys out and they glued this like that, but I'm totally doing that. I don't know how they did that, but okay, so I'm going to, my glue is like blooping out. And I just want to barely touch it on here. This makes me sad when they don't do tabs on everything. Anyways, okay. All right. Mind you, you wanted to have that emphasis of that. Okay. And then this hammer, now that that's stamped, I wonder what that will look like on the hammer. Hammer, it's hammer time. All right, let's stamp this hammer. Hammer. You guys are like, oi, 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 Lori. You got a lot of things going on. I'm not even sure if I'm on screen anymore. I got so many pieces going on now. Oh my gosh. Hang on. I don't know how I did that. not paying attention. That's how. I'm just stamping it down at this other corner. So FYI, as many times as I'll be like, there's two sides to every piece of paper, except when you're using blends. Can I tell you? If you are using a blend, the blend can pull the black through the paper as it's blending, essentially. So by stamping on the other side, you actually kind of can't. Now there is absolutely a die for this. This just seems faster. And I'm going to be putting the gray over top of this, perhaps. Gray granite I used, or I'll color it in, whichever way becomes best. I'm not, at this point, I am not going to make a plain red one, although I could make a clunky red one too, and I will over the weekend, maybe. Oh, I just chopped that right down. So when I'm cutting stuff out with the kids, I'm always like, you don't have to go right to the black. It's way easier if you have a little white ledge. And then it's okay, whatever you do. It's more forgiving, I tell them. Meanwhile, I'm like cutting right into the black part myself. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so this guy here could go here. So yeah, if he's got the image, he doesn't look bad, but he doesn't have anything to butt up to. So he'd be better on a red piece. So I'll do that. That'll be okay. So this, though, again, it's super easy to color this, but for some reason or another, dun, 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 Stampin' Up! Has made one of these guys. So again, I totally lost my stamp. Oh, it's over here. So yes, you could drink. Drink, drink, drink. So this is going to be this darn dark again. I am going to make him a different color because that's just crazy color to me. I'm going to have him be a espresso. I'm going to have him be espresso because that's lighter. No, that's not lighter at all. I don't think I want blue. I'm going to bring in the poppy and see what it looks like. My real red's looking like cherry cobbler, for goodness sakes. But my poppy is so light it might not even stamp. Oi, oi, oi. I had to press really firm, which is not usual for these guys. Oh, he's kind of wimpy. Whoopee! So I will say one thing on this. You don't want to overstamp on this because it actually will make you see double. But I'm going to add some. Oh my goodness. So that is interesting to me. I would have thought it was my light. I give everybody cheer. I think we need to have a big hoo-ha. It is just about impossible to run your dark blends dry. I feel like it's just the one end. Oh no, it is dry as dry. What the heck? That is out of here. It's just about impossible to dry run your ones out, it seems like to me. But fortunately, inside I have another one because it's just waiting to come out. Because I do use lots of my lights. We were talking about that the other day. I don't mind having the blends as a double, but if you are a stamper at all, you do end up using much more of the lights than the darks. So if they ever did a refill program, they wouldn't even have to do a refill of the dark ones. They could just do a refills of the lights. And for every 2 refills, like 2 times, you would use up your dark probably. Except for real red. And clearly, your smoky slate. Do love a blend. I do have a really cool club, the Blends Club, that gets you into the game of the blends or replenishing your blends. And I recommend playing my game. You buy 4 packets over 4 months. You can pace yourself. So if you buy the first 2 weeks apart or whatever, that's okay. And then wait 3 weeks and then maybe wait 5 weeks. But you get a $25 shopping spree at the end of that game. And any sales and stuff I incorporate right in there for you. So it's super fun. After the second one, you'll also get a little gift from me too. So this is just not. It's so red. Boo. I'd be curious if it keeps changing or it like continues to lighten. Okay, isn't he cute? I love him. Love him. Okay, I do feel like there should be one of these things. Where is that? I kind of wondering where it is. Not that piece. Huh. So this is, you can drink if you want, but this is not a matter of losing it. But just about everybody that's on, like I've been looking at Pinterest, and there's always a bottom on here. There's a possibility that they just colored it. I don't mind it. It's okay like this, but they definitely, most people would have this gray. So I'm wondering if they have stamped it out again in gray and then just glued it over top, like cut off, because all you'd have to do is a little tiny, like there's a, you know what I mean? And so they would have that. That's them working with this being black. And then I think they might even pull this in gray, and I could totally take a black marker, but I don't mind it in red. So, well, I don't know what to tell you. See, I can change it. So maybe I'll come around the edge here. There's a little tiny lip. So because it's such a dark red, it added a little bit though, so that's good. Okay, so now we got him, we got some tools. I don't think that looks bad together. I do think that you can't do that together, but you can do that, right? So these are fun. So you could get that all by itself. You can have these guys going on. I would cover him up a little tiny bit. I'm having trouble with that. There is also a pair of needle nose pliers here. And this is what they look like from that side. And they cut out 1, 2, buckle my shoe. And those you would glue like that. So I'll go ahead and glue that. There's my eyeball buckle as I sing the song. Oops, that goes this way. Oh, this goes like this. What am I doing? I was looking at that. I'm like, that isn't right. And then these guys get glued onto here. So these definitely have, and you could have these a few different sizes, I think, but I think it comes pretty much right up. Ooh, where does this come? I think it's like this. Right? Is this out? Or is that there? Yeah, it's that way actually. And this goes here. Yeah. Yes. How far up is a good question. And these can be open more or not. I'm just going to put a little bit. My glue is really being snooty. That was a nice way of saying what I really think about my glue. Oh, I think that landed on my floor. Okay, this guy. All right, I do know these come right up, so I'm going to put them right up. I have some of these. Don't y'all? Don't y'all? So if you look here, I don't know that this guy should be out a little tiny bit more for it to be anatomically correct. Nice, hey? Fun. So the one thing I didn't do, and I shoulda, coulda, was add a little bit of shading. And yes, you can have a drink because I have no idea what I did with that. Oh, for goodness sakes. I see the red one. Hello, hello, come out wherever you are, little Mr. Finger Dauber. Oh, come on. It's all fun and games while they're having fun drinking, but eventually it needs to be found so I can actually make things right. Oh, can anybody see it? No, of course not. Hi, Jeanette. How you doing? All right. Might just leave it. Okay, the one thing I can do is just run the one side and the other side, and it'll shadow it a bit. So it's good. Boo, though, boo. Okay, now, oh, this guy needs it, though, too. Rats. Oh, okay. Like I said, it's all fun and games while you guys are drinking. Here it is. Could you see it? No, but look where it is, right there. Hello, Betty, welcome. I think everybody's doing really well because I seem to be not my usual very organized Friday night girl, and I think people are getting a little tipsy. I'm surprised the chatter's not like, woohoo! Because it's been a little bit crazy here in the world of my crazy. I'm showing off how to work with this darn tool thing. I'm afraid that I might have been making, I'm afraid I might be making it a little overwhelming feeling as opposed to fun. But if you're like a mechanical specialist, you'll be like, that's the greatest set ever. Now, same with the bottles. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to add a little tiny bit of want. You know how there's always that on them? Want. This is a little bit. It also needs like the circle. I'm really disappointed actually that Stampin' Up didn't, honestly, that they didn't. You know what I mean, right? That's not quite right. I'll take the edge though. That's what I'll do. I don't know where this one is. That would be, there we go. That's what I need. To put this like this. It needs to have the line, and it should be like right. Now that's not great because it's not straight. That rhymed. Oh, it's totally quirky-eyed. That's funny. I'll have to fix that, but you know what I mean? Like that's what it needs to have. All right, now I could have, oh no, I can't. There's no stamp for that. Right, I was just gonna say I could stamp that one, but okay. There's all that. What I don't have is tape measure yet, and I do have that one right here. And is that 9? No way. Oh, you know what? My cuckoo clock, if you do hear my cuckoo clock in the background, it ran out of juice, and it's probably cuckooing about 2 o'clock right now. I gotta go and push it forward. So this would go, again, there's the die cut, so you could turn this in. Again, this one's cut way nicer, but I probably won't use that. And it also has, as you guys may have seen on my thing, it has a coloring part too that you can use. Can you see that there? I'm going to color it quickly yellow because I think it should be yellow. I'm going to end up using dark daffodil and light lolly, I'm sure. Yes. It's going to be great. What color is your tape measure? I do have a pink one as well, can I say? We used to have a festival here. Oh, this is daffodil and lemon lolly are not necessarily a pair. Okay. See, and my light lemon lolly has just about had it. Oh, even the tip has had it. It's like quitting on me. I have to buy a new lemon lolly. That's sad. I'll use dark. Oh, I'll use the dark one because I can. So we used to have a Kinsman Christmas. I'm blanking on the word that it was. A Christmas something, anyways. And yes, you can drink since I have no idea what word I'm trying to say. And spit it out, Lori. And we used to have a tree auction, all decorated up trees. And one of the trees was from our home hardware. And under the tree, they had like a tool belt and all sorts of fun tools. So that's why I have a pink hammer and a pink tool box and a pink hard hat. Kind of fun. Look at that, hey? Look at me go. And then, bringing this dark one here for this edge. Isn't this a fun one? I like it. I really like it. I love this tape measure. It's probably my favorite stamp in here. And it would probably be a really good idea to honor it by cutting it out with its little die cut. But I am done die cutting. Even with my cut and emboss machine right here. Yes. So bundles are on sale. This is no longer considered a bundle. You do buy it the 2 pieces. But if you were to buy this set, I will make you up a card kit that you would be like, woohoo! That'll be my gift to you for having to buy it not as a bundle now that you missed your chance to buy it as a bundle. Yeah. Okay. So touch base with me. I give you a host code and away we go. All right. So now we're going to try and put something together here. Try and put some of these steel pieces away. Look at all this fun tools. I like it. Where did the hammer go? Oh, there. Wait. Just a minute. Where's the hammer? I'm going to add a little tiny bit of red on my hammer because it's not as dark. Did I already do this? I feel like. Didn't I? Maybe I did. Okay. Maybe I did. Okay. Look how nice that all looks. So that guy there, I think I want it to have a little dark. Now I'm just getting fussy. It's tools. Did I finish saying that my husband's a Makita man? And this also. So I don't think, I'm not going to put both these guys in, but same on here. I think I would just do a little box right here. If I was you guys. I don't know. Have to work on that. Okay. All right. So I'm not using a paintbrush because in my world, we don't paint at the same time as we tools. But there is a lot of really neat, quite artistic things that you can do with the paintbrush idea. There is a big dad on here. So I'm going to pull that in. Has a big thank you, Dad. You're awesome, Dad. And there is a Happy Father's Day sentiment in here as well. All right. Now, a card. And now for a card. 3 to 5 more weeks and Stampede is on July 5. Oh, you guys are talking, I hope, because that doesn't make any sense. I can't imagine what you guys are coping with. Oh, you guys have no water. Is that what you're talking about? Come hell or high water, I tell you. And in this case, it's the hell part, I guess. How many years ago is it now? 2015 when we had the big floods? And they still did Stampede. 100 years it never rained on the Calgary Stampede Parade, to my best of my knowledge, hey? All right, so we need to have something and something and something. I think I'm going to pretend that I'm in a some color of garage, and I'm going to have a bunch of these guys. Oh, I can have this guy. Hello, use your brain, Laura. I can have this, and then I can have this way. Nice. So it's like it's on a bench. So this can be down on the bench. These guys can be hanging, right? And move this up then. It's on the bench. And the hammer. None of them have hanging stuff though. That's the only problem. Do you know what I think this would be great for? We used to have one called something garden. Oh, home and garden. Haha. And they literally, I just actually made a Father's Day card with the home and garden set. This is kind of cute. So you can either pretend to hang them all. Come on, little lamb. Something like that. That doesn't look bad. The colors are... I think I'm going to have to do another crazy to me. What did they say at the supper time? Stampede and the water problems. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I guess it's not affecting down south, so maybe it's not affecting the Stampede area, is it? Might not be. Is it? Listen to me. Is it? Is it? Calgary has 2 sources of water, to the best of my knowledge. So I think they're pulling together for solidarity, but everybody's getting a little antsy. Right. And was this the poppy here? Yes. I have to do this one again. I don't know when that's going to dry. It's driving me crazy. It's so dark. So dark, so dark. Oh, I totally missed here. So that is some good ad-libbing on my part. I could see I had missed. Oh, look, I have red all over my beautiful piece of paper now. I could see I was totally missing. And as you can see clearly, like I was missing a lot. So I didn't press like I was pushing. And I was kind of like pushing like this instead of pushing like this so that I didn't go outside the line. So I did excellent. Now I just need to add, didn't I just have some red? For goodness sakes. Sometimes. Boy. I'm on a spinny chair and it's spinning around random like crazy right now. All right, this is going to have a whole line down here because why not? A little bit here. And along here. And honestly, because this is poppy and it's not dark enough, we'll add a whole bunch. There. Nice. Nice, nice, baby. Love it. This is a really fun set. It's just taking me forever to get it together. So like I said, I will create a full card kit. I think I might do a 3-1. I don't think it's a cheap set because this one's got to be a little bit, hey? How much is these 2 pieces? Anyways, if you would like to order this up, let me know. I'll help you out to make it a good deal for you. All right. And I'm just going to grab it out of here. Do you guys rough cut before you fine cut? And then you know to always, if you are just fussy cutting, you do need the dies, I think, on this one. But just for all the fun pieces, as I showed you. But you know to move the paper instead of your scissors, right? Right. So I'm going golfing tomorrow night, actually. We have a social, it's called. Green Grass Social. So I guess I'll get some food tomorrow night, too. That's nice. That one's got to go. All right. All right, so that's one idea. This guy has to come down a little ways. Everything can come down a little bit. The other idea is to have that up there. Have your couple things on here because it looks good to have a couple things. But just to have more stuff on the ground. Definitely needs to be laying this way. And this one should be up here. Nice, okay. And then how else? Having a tool belt, of course, with this sort of scenario, I could put a whole bunch of these things in here. And had I known this, I didn't even look, but I would have totally had that cut out for the kids. You always want a couple hammers. That might be a good idea. And these guys, you might want these to be in blue so you could actually see them in here. And then when you go open it up, you could also have this guy in here. How fun, hey? So lots of different ideas as far as that goes. And I think that way's nicest. You could have those up here like they're falling in the air. Ah! This is so cute. You can make a tool belt. I've seen some people doing tool belts. And there's a pencil as well, which is kind of cool. So you could have the pencil. Have this way. Have this up in the corner. This might be a good way too. This might be my favorite way. Let's put this guy here. This guy here. This guy over there. This guy here. And I feel I'm a hammer. It's going to be sledgehammer. Just like my place. The hammer's always at the back of everything. I might just not put a hammer in here. The hammer can go on the inside of the card. All right, so if that's that, then I just need to have, I like that. I go with this guy. And then you can have a Happy Father's Day stamped. Hang on a second. Boy. And I don't know that I want it in black. Let's see if I have a little tiny scrap of paper, but I don't, so I'll do it here. I don't like stamping in red. And yellow's weird, so I guess it's got to be black. The only reason I don't like stamping words in black is because I feel like people don't know that I stamped it, then it looks like I printed it. Isn't that silly? That's silly. That's silly. My thinking. I have some weird thoughts, just so you know. Oh, that looks so good, though. Okay. Okay. Happy Father's Day. And then this could go on a... Oh, see, I'm offline again. Boo. Thanks, Laura Sally. Boo. Anyways, you've seen it anyways. I hate when I do that. I get too excited when I get too much stuff on my table. One or the other. I'm either too excited or there's too much stuff. So I could do a couple things here, I think. I'll bring over a couple ideas of which we'll see. Misty. I love Misty Moonlight for a mannish idea. Oh, it's totally the wrong size, but anyways. So I could sneak in. I have to say that this one, if you noticed, is the old Pacific Point or whatever, which is super jazzy. I'm working with kids. It was fun. I could have this whole thing. I really like this one. I can put this whole thing. Please stay. All on yellow. That's quite snazzy. Okay, I can tell you right now, that's what I want to do. But just to show you the options, I could have it a little smidgen smaller and have it on white, but I don't think that's necessary in this case. So I could just put it in white. I don't think that's way too plain, but you could definitely just do that. And you could also put it on the red, especially with having that there. So that, if your dad loved red, if you were not Keisha and your dad actually liked red, but I have to tell you, I like this. So I did just bring this. I'll just bring this, it's totally wrong. Like nothing else is that color, but it's also very, right? Hi, Amy. But did you all see the yellow? My yellow is my favorite. Me too, Betty. I love the yellow. Yellow just was like, whoop, whoop. Yeah, too much red, Keisha says. Okay, how are you making out with me? You obviously would have to be a, if we're Makita, you must be a, what's the blue color? There's blue and there's orange tools, right? I kind of like the yellow. It's nice and bright. I have to say I love the blue as well. Like just because it is just stereotypically awesome. This is super fun, you guys. This was really fun to work with. I hope I didn't bore you silly. Hope that I kind of interested you in this set, that there's a lot of potential. And we didn't even There is totally a pencil in here, you guys. That's super fun. And we didn't even work with a paintbrush. Take a peek on Pinterest because you can do like artistic stuff with a paintbrush. And the paintbrush and the hammer go really nicely together. Where's my hammer gone? Oh, where'd my hammer go? Oh, here it is. Had a little panic. But see, they're just really nicely, they just look good together. Like that's home. This is sort of like tools, and this is just sort of like home maintenance, right? And again, what this is here, sorry, I'm holding that because this is the brown part, and then there's the bristles. So yeah, this is like filling in all of this color stuff. So kind of cool. Anyways, like I said, there's a pencil and some fun ideas for the paintbrush galore. So we didn't even get there. And then there's a beautiful thank you. This font, keep in mind that beautiful thank you for other things, whether you're using this set or not. To make a thank you card, that'd be great. All right, gals. I just don't like this set, but it's a fun card. Oh, thanks, Keisha. I do like the set. And this tape measure is fantastic. I agree. So, all right, ladies, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for the loving. Appreciate it. I think it's fun. When you add a little bit of texture, you can combine these guys together. Now, just hang on, because I did everybody. Where did I throw that crazy guy? I know I did a weird little thing, and so then I was cranky at him. I was just going to see, but I won't bother. But everybody is actually, this is all stamps or all punch except for this guy and this one. Yeah, no, it's good. Anyways, okay. I will see you guys Monday live at 8. It'll be great. Have a wonderful weekend and happy Father's Day to the dads in the crowd. Bye-bye, you guys.